Good morning, AE folks. We've been busy. It's been a really wild month, and I just wanted to get on here and say hello and let you guys know what we've been up to. So the farm is going like usual, lots of work. It has kind of been easier. Ooh, do I dare say that? But I am. It's been easier. It's just been calmer. And we've got everybody healed up from injuries. So we're just very thankful to have a little bit of downtime. In this downtime, though, means that we've had a couple ideas. And I've added 2 new horses to the farm. And so I wanted to introduce these guys to you and let you know their backstory. We're going to start with this mare right here. She's a 4-year-old registered Missouri Foxtrotter. We just got her. Actually, we just got her yesterday, and it was completely, fully unexpected. We went to an all-gaited horse auction expecting to, oh, sorry about the shooting. The neighbors are across the road target practicing. So anyway, we weren't expecting to buy. We weren't expecting to look or anything like that. But as you can see here in the video, let me see if I can, I don't think I can zoom in, but let me go a little bit closer. You can see that this sweet young mare has a pretty low body score. If I had to score her, I would say she's probably somewhere around a 2. And I don't know if many of you know what body scores are when it comes to horses, but it's basically judged off of, what the weight looks like around their barrel, at their hip, at their neck, at their face, and it goes through and explains what each body score looks like. And it's a score from 1 to 10, and everybody looks at it a little bit differently. It is subjective, just like most of these testings and things are. And I've studied it a lot. As many of you know, we've been rescuing now, officially rescuing for a couple of years. And I've learned how to score them pretty closely. Anyway, so this sweet gal was standing. We got to the auction a little bit late. We met Amber from Timber Ranch, and because it was in her neck of the woods. We went with another good friend of mine. She has dreams and aspirations to open up a horse rescue too. And so here we all are collectively, my husband, my kids, and my friends. Excuse me, just really going to have a good time, to be true spectators. I wasn't expecting to see any horses underweight or in poor condition. That was not the case. As you can see, this sweet girl here, she is. And she's got a really cool personality. And the moment that I walked up to her, I could tell right away that I would probably need to try to get her and bring her here so that we could give her good nutrition, rescue, and rehab. What the long-term plans are for this young lady, I don't know yet. I'm not going to say. She could stay, she could go. We might rehome her. It just depends on the horse and what goes on. She's very sweet. She's very gentle. She trailered well. She's got some really good qualities and some things already worked through, I guess you could say. I'm not sure exactly how to tread on this, but I'm going to tread lightly. And she came from a breeder within our association, and so I'm really shocked that she looks the way that she does. I will have her vet checked in the near future. I have to call our vet and get an appointment. She has a little cute thing with her ear, and I mean, it's cute as in it's just kind of funny looking, but I'm gonna get it fixed. You can see there her ear was snag and torn, probably when she was a baby. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? There it is. You can see the back edge of it. But she's just an absolute sweetheart. Her name is Vega. That comes as a play off of her registered name. which is Vegas Midnight Madness. So we decided to call her Vega. And she was rode. I will attach a video here to this one showing you that she was rode through, or all afternoon, not afternoon, I apologize, most of the morning, a big part of the morning, and through the auction. She's not in the worst shape that I've ever seen, but she's definitely in poor condition. This makes me sad because I'm seeing this more and more and more with people. I know the cost of everything is expensive. Believe me, guys, I know. I'm actually here reaching out to see if there's anybody who is interested in helping us with Vega's rehab. We covered her purchase price, and I'm going to ask for help to cover her rehab expenses, because we have, actually my camera is sitting on top of a bucket. I'm going to be keeping a bucket right here by her hay bale. This is very similar to what we did with Serena when we were rehabbing Serena. And we're just going to leave it here filled with feed so that we can just stop off and give her a little scoop every few hours. That seems to be a really great refeeding program for me. And now that we're feeding Unbeatable Complete, it has been great for the horses, and I don't have a problem with refeeding syndrome. And so that's a blessing. And some of you may or may not know what refeeding syndrome is, but it's where if you do not actually feed the horse in a slow, steady state or manner, your program can't be out of balance. You can't feed too many carbohydrates and not enough protein. There's a very fine line there, and I cannot sit and say that I know exactly the numbers that are involved. I'm not an equine nutritionist, but I am very well aware of what that looks like. I've only had one horse do that ever to us, and that was actually Tim Brook. And his is a combination of things, but I do think he had a bit of a refeeding syndrome rebound, I guess you could say. He's better now and he's doing excellent, but the thing is I'm aware of it, and I'm staying on top of it, and I'm making sure that we create programs here that help our equine get healthy and stay healthy. I know about UC Davis. I know about all of these different vets. I've followed the recommendations of our vet, multiple online vets. I'm in several groups where people are doing this as well. You know, they do rescue, and they get advice from people. But the thing is that here's the information that you need to know. Every horse is different, right? Every human is different. Every person, every creature is different. And so we all have to be fed we have to eat and at what's good for our body. So that's my point here, is I'm going to find out what's good for Vega over time. It's going to take a little bit of time, but some generals that we do, we keep hay out 24/7. She will get alfalfa once a day, not twice a day. I don't want to overtax her system. And then we're shooting, sorry. Then we will be adding, of course, supplements and things like that as I can see that her gut and her stomach are handling them well. I will make sure to monitor her poop and make sure things are going good there. Of course, she's going to start a power pack today that is fenbendazole pace 5 days in a row. So 5 times in consistently to help clean out, and it's really gentle on their stomach. And so then what I will do is 14 days later follow up with something like Quest Plus, and get her all cleaned out from parasites the best I possibly can before winter hits. So we're in a bit of a time crunch here. I really want her to go into winter with at least 150 pounds more on her body. I forgot my little tape measure, and I will go get that, and we'll do a little tape measuring. That's the only way I can weigh them. I don't have a scale, so I will weigh her, and then I will continue to monitor her weight growth that way. It's It's basically a tape. It's a soft tape, and you wrap it around their girth and around by the withers. It's just it's a circumference. And on that tape measures out all of the different weights. So wherever hers matches up, that'll be approximate weight. And it's been pretty accurate. I mean, I have had the ability to use the tape and then go weigh the horses on a cattle scale before in the past, and that works pretty good. So it's within 50 pounds, which is close enough for animals, horses, I think, large equine. So that's my newest update. There's one before this. I purchased a mare that is actually my horse. She's for me to ride, and I've been on a couple rides with her, and I absolutely love her. So I will do a video about her. Her name is Freya, and she is a spotted saddle horse. Just absolutely love her. She's been a little bit underweight too. She was an auction horse, but I got her through a reputable seller, and I just saw her online and went to go meet her and really fell in love with her. So she's not a part of the rescue. She's my personal horse, and I absolutely love her, so I want to share her with you guys. But right now, what I'm doing is I'm calling on any help and support to get me through the rehab with this young lady here, Miss Vega. She's just a gem. I'm already getting such good feelings about her. We all laid hands on her and prayed for her last night. And I spoke with the gentleman that sold her, and then I spoke with the gentleman that rode her. And, you know, the stories are similar. They're kind of consistent, but there's always some holes in the story, and that's okay. I'm not too worried about that anymore. I learned that I can stress myself out and worry too much about the holes in the stories. The biggest thing is just moving forward. I know a lot of you followed me through Amira's rehab, and that was our last rehab that we had. We didn't keep her long term because I found a wonderful home for her that could rehab her themselves, and they are doing excellent. Amira is doing excellent. I know I said that in my last video. I got to get you guys some pictures. But you know, she's going to go into winter feeling like $1 million. They run her through all of the protocol for her EPM. They've dewormed her. They feed her consistently. She's got a buddy at their farm. You know, she's just doing great. And once she gets to full weight and a little time under her belt there, more time under her belt, then they'll start doing a training program with her and get her broke to ride. So, which gives a horse a much better life in the long run. I mean, horses that are trained to halter, to lead, to trailer, for farrier, to ride, you know, there's just a better life involved in there for them. When they're left undone and unhandled, it just puts them at risk to getting shipped and getting sent off, and just that bad life. So anyway, we're doing our part here, and we're so excited that Vega is with us, and she's eating her morning breakfast. If I look tired, it's because I am tired. I really have been super busy. My parents celebrated 60 years of marriage, and so we put on a big to-do for that, and the kids have been busy. We're back into schooling. We technically homeschool year-round, but we ramp it up a little bit come September. So we're back into full force on that, and just really enjoying the cooler weather. As you can see, I actually have a hoodie on today, so this is kind of cool. I've been burning up every day, and being a little chilly is nice. But that's an update here at 8E Rescue Ranch. Miss Vega is our latest rescue and our latest rehab project. We're so excited about her. I will keep you guys informed more about her as I get to know her. And any donations are tax deductible. Just as a reminder, we have a Venmo and we have PayPal. We also have a Amazon wish list. It's all been included in the description of our videos. So if you want to click on any of those and you have it, you know, you feel the need in your heart to donate, we greatly, greatly appreciate it. Again, I'm going to need some support with this gal because her intake is going to be very high. She's going to need constant food because my suspicion is that she was let go for so long that she's probably potentially got some ulcers. When a horse stands around without food for hours and hours upon end, they start to, their stomachs, the acid in their stomach starts to eat itself, eat the stomach, and causing ulcers. And so it's really, really bad for the horse, obviously. I mean, we can all see that. You can see every rib, you can see her hip bones. You can see, I'll get a side profile here. You can see that her neck is underweight as well. She's got a beautiful mane. But see how her neck dips down there? Her withers are high. Her top line is surprisingly not as bad as I figured it would be, because they had a saddle on her the moment that I saw her and every moment after that. So I couldn't really tell exactly what her top line was. And I thought, it'll be what it is, because I'm going to get her. I'm going to get her out of here. And so, anyway, that's a little bit about Miss Vega, and the support from you guys is so appreciated. Winter's coming, and we're a little worried about it. We have a lot of horses to care for, but also this is the biggest time that horses start to get dumped. And I can't go to every auction. It absolutely just breaks my heart. But I do go, and I do what I can. So that's what we do. I got a quick story. I wasn't going to tell it right now, but I'm going to. I'm going to include it here. 2 weeks ago, roughly, maybe 3, I went to another local auction. It's a regular one. And I was walking through the back. I was showing my friend around that wants to open up her own rescue. And I was just giving her some insight and some input on what goes on. So here we were walking around, and I look over, and in this one particular pen, I see a young girl and 2 other ladies standing outside of it. The girl is inside the pen, holding, hugging, sobbing over this mare, this little filly. And I thought, well, what in the world is going on there? And she's on the side of the barn that's sold. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe she sold this horse and she's just really sad. That was the case. I approached them, I introduced myself, and I said, is everything okay? Is there anything I can do? And what had happened is the young lady had taken the horse through the auction. They had to make a choice, and they chose to sell this little filly because she had swayback. She was very swaybacked. And, how that came about, I don't know. Looking at the filly and her age and everything, I suspect that it's congenital. And so it's just something that this little filly is going to have or developed because it was predisposed. I don't know that. That's just my speculation. Not anything that they did. This filly was very young. She's just a 2.5-year-old. They hadn't been riding her or putting heavy weight loads on her or anything like that to cause swayback. And it was severe enough that it really was a medical condition, like a genetic medical condition. Let me put it that way. So I said, well, is there anything I can do? And they said, no, not really. What happened is the filly wasn't bid on by people in the auction other than a kill buyer and / trader. He was a kill buyer, but he's also a big time horse trader. He's out east. He's in the Northeast United States area. And I didn't really know him, but I kind of knew of him. I just keep faces and names kind of put together so that I can be aware of what's going on around me. And I said, well, did you talk to him? A lot of times they'll just sell him right back to you. And they said, yeah, we did. We mentioned it. And he said he was going to double his money. He wanted twice the money. And they only sold her for $425. But, that's a pretty steep markup in an hour. And they didn't have the money. They said, we absolutely do not have the money to buy her back. That's actually why we're here. We're selling her because we have to downsize because we're going into winter. Okay, I understand. That makes sense. I do understand it. I know how hard it is and the sacrifices you have to make sometimes. But I said, well, okay, can I, you want me to go talk to him or anything? And they said, no, we just don't have the money. We're just going to leave. So they all left. They left crying and sobbing, and we all hugged, and I apologized to them for what they were going through. I just said, I'll be praying for you. And as we went through the process, or as we got through the barn, my friend and I, we noticed there was horse after horse after horse after horse that had no water. They had no hay. Here they were standing in these pens, and they were on the side where people aren't picking them up that night. They were picking them up the next day or whatever. So I kind of know the system of the barn, and it's fine, right? You just see them without water, you give them water. I'm not going to talk bad about anybody or anything. It just doesn't serve any purpose in this world. So we went about just watering them all. And as we were doing so, I just kept thinking about that filly. And I saw the guy that bought her, and I walked up to him and I said, sir, how much would it cost to buy that filly back? And he said, $5.20. I want $100 extra. That's all I want. I told those people that, and I want $5.25. Now, whether or not he did, I don't know. You know, they can say things that just, they go in my ear and out the other one. That's the way I have to handle it. I said, okay, so $5.25 and I could get her back. And he said, yeah. And I said, give me 20 minutes. I need 20 minutes. Just give me 20 minutes. I didn't know these people's names. I went to the office. I begged the office people for her number. They gave me her number. I said, you know, I can get this horse back for $5.25. What we could do is, how much did you actually clear from the auction, what you made on the horse? And she said $300. I said, if you will give me the $300, I will make up the difference. I had a couple of donations that week come in, actually exactly almost $200. And I will buy the horse back and you come and get her. It all worked out. In the end, it all worked out. They said yes, they would love to have her back. They were floored. We were all crying. They had actually, by the time I got back out to the back of the barn, in the lot area, they had loaded her on the trailer. I come running, yelling their names, stopping them. They stopped. They unloaded her for me. I paid them, and we put the filly back into a pen. The mom and the daughter showed back up. Of course, we were all just so happy that she got to go back home. I don't fault the owners for any of this. I just don't. I know how hard things can be. I know times are tough and situations are tough. But, you know, that $225 that we put to boot to get this filly back was well worth it to me. But that was 1/4 of our feed bill too. It cost us just in grain a month, and I say grain lightly because we don't feed grain, we feed pellets. It cost us $900. I buy 30 bags at $30 a bag, and it costs us $900 a month to just have the feed we need on this farm. That doesn't include the alfalfa pellets that we soak and give to the seniors. That doesn't include any of the supplements that we offer to the horses that are in need of it. So, I mean, realistically, we're talking closer to $1,100 a month just to sustain feed pellets. That doesn't include our hay. We buy $10,000 plus worth of hay a year, and it's a lot of money. So anyway, not to get into that story, but to say that rescue looks different than a lot of people realize. No, I'm not housing that horse, or no, I don't have that horse here, but did we rescue her? Absolutely. It was a collective order. It was many people involved. And that's what it takes, guys. It takes everyone working hard together. And I know there's been, you know, a little bit of talk about, well, so many rescues are just abusing people's donations and things. There absolutely are rescues out there doing that. I've seen it, I've watched it, and it makes me sick to my stomach. But there are many of us out here that aren't. We are not taking advantage of your money. We aren't taking advantage of your heart. We aren't taking advantage of you. We work really hard here at 8E to provide horses with a safe landing. I cannot keep them all. I would love to. Oh my goodness, my kids and I, we have tried every which way possible to get more land around us, but it's just not an option right now. Land goes for $5,000 an acre around us, and we can't expand our farm any. We're actually trying to sell a little bit and piece of our property so that we can move to the back of our land and open up more pasture and ground for our family and for our horses to expand and change our program a little bit. So just be praying for us. Please be praying for Vega. Be praying for all of our other horses here. Supreme and Timbrook are all doing amazing. All of our mares that are bred, going to have babies, are doing amazing. With the exception of one. We've got one mare that's older and she's had a tough time. She had twins and we had her checked multiple times. We think she absorbed one, which is excellent because horses have a very difficult time with twins. But Maggie's looking better slowly but surely. So this is long. I didn't realize I was going to ramble this long. But again, thank you guys. Thank you so much. We love you and God bless you all. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I do my absolute best to look at, to like, to heart, or comment on as many as possible. That takes up a lot of time, but I enjoy it. I enjoy your support. Your comments and your prayers are so greatly appreciated. Your donations are greatly appreciated, and anything off of our Amazon wish list. We're getting ready to go into our fall deworming, and deworming our herd cost us close to $450. So again, any support, any donations, they're greatly appreciated, guys. Have a wonderful Sunday. It's August the 7th, 2025. So this is an up-to-date video. It's this morning. I snuck out of my house so that I could sit out here with Vega before everyone got up and got roaming and moving around. So thank you guys. God bless you all.
Justin, tell Dinwiddie he's a mixing out. 13, 1400, 13 and 14, 13, get a bit 14, get a bag, 4, get a bit 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, get a bit 15, 15, get a bit 15, and now 16, 15, and now 16, 16, get a bit about 16, 15, and now 16, now get a bit about 16, get a bit about 15, now 16, get a bit 15, now 16, now get a bit about 16, I got about 16, now soaked him out there, 1500, 1500. Get a number for me. 182 for 1500.